Bruh! Rude boy things like one. This is CARRMOUFLAGE Rose rocking with Full Clip Radio Station, Brisbane's #1 hip-hop and R&B station. Rude boy things.
Hi Full Clippers, it's Vicky here. I'm here with CARRMOUFLAGE Rose today. I'm one of Brisbane's up-and-coming local hip-hop talents. Hi CARRMOUFLAGE.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Thanks for joining us. So what we're bringing you today, I guess, is a bit about CARRMOUFLAGE, his processes, obviously introduce you to his music as well, because if you haven't heard it, you're missing out. So tell us a little bit about yourself, CARRMOUFLAGE. How long have you been in Brisbane for? Are you from Brisbane? What's your deal? Who are you?
I'm originally from Zimbabwe. Came from Zimbabwe like 4 years ago. Lived in Sydney for like 3 years now, living in Brisbane. Enjoying the vibes, making music, you know, that's just me. Darling Northside, Clayfield.
Yes, excellent, excellent. So if for our viewers and listeners, if you could describe your sound and what you're trying to bring to them in just a few short words, how would you describe yourself as an artist?
I reckon as an artist, my sound is definitely, I'm just probably just like an angel that is like tripping out on acid or something like that. I'm just an angel that's tripping out on acid. It's just like got the vision. Like I feel like I've thought of the message and I've trying to like just take it to the whole next. It's a rude boy
like
thing.
Like a prophet.
Like a prophet.
A prophet. You heard it here.
Like just a prophet. Like just trying to think of the vibes and how it goes. Like I think because I got a whole lot of like I got my African side to it. So like I've heard somebody say I sound a little bit like got a little bit of Shabaranks in there. Shabaranks, a little bit of Bob Marley and stuff like that. Those are my influences. That's where like I see myself like in 5-10 years from now. So I think
cool.
That's really dope.
Cool. So you said Bob Marley is like one of your bigger influences.
Biggest.
Because obviously growing up, we all have those people that we were like, oh man, I want to be like them, and you know, they just kind of their influence seeps into you. So who would you say? Because obviously not being from here too, you'd have different influences to probably or different sounds to what we're used to hearing as well. So who would be like your highly rated like musicians? Like who are your biggest influences? My biggest influence is
I'll give you definitely Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Shabarangs, definitely Buju Banton, because I felt like when I listen to them, they like it's a journey. Like it's just the song takes you on a trip for those 2 minutes 15. Like it's just that trip is just like something that stays with you forever. Like it just goes, and that's kind of the experience we're trying to give. Like something that somebody can listen to and just be like, yo, like smelling good food. You're just like, dang. I want to eat that like all the time.
Yeah, cool. So that's your goal, obviously, for your audience as well. So take them on a journey and with a angel that's on an acid trip.
Yeah, on acid trip. Yeah, take them all on like a massive like. It's a journey. Like even with the EP.
Yeah.
I swear to God, like the EP is gonna like change the way like everybody will see like just a normal like hip hop's EP, like a normal sound.
Yeah.
Because like we've gone like to the extent instead of because each track is like about 7-8 minutes.
Oh wow.
It's not like gonna be like there's a few songs that divide 6-8 minutes and it's got different like sides to it as well.
Yeah.
That is just really captivate you on another level. I swear to God. James, thanks to James.
James. So is James your producer?
Yeah, Jay Goose James. He's an artist. He's dope.
Excellent, excellent. So obviously there's a team that makes up you as an artist.
Yeah.
We all know that you just can't work alone. It's impossible. So who do you sort of surround yourself with, and who's played a large part in sort of bring us what we are going to hear when we hear your EP release?
Yeah. The team is definitely Gallus Hydro. He's like one of the person that's always there. When I'm in the studio, he's there. Relay is another guy that's there. He's a singer. Whenever I'm there, he's always there as well. And there's James. James is just the mastermind behind it. He's like any single sound that you have like happening in your head or any like idea, he just brings it out. Like he gives it to the earth. Like it just comes to the brain and it's like, yo guys, this is another beat and stuff. And then there's Attack. There's about 5 or 6 of us, because that's like the Meridian Music Group. It's a group of collectives.
Okay, yeah.
Group of collectives. I got in there and I was the only rapper. Like it's like an only rapper, and there was like producers. There was like a reggae band there, high grade reggae band. But we all just different, like, but we all creative in our own way. So we take
and obviously their sound does infiltrate into yours as well, which is obviously going to be very cool. So the EP.
Yep.
The EP.
Pictures from Verses.
When is it coming out? When
Pictures from Verses 9/9/14.
9/9/14. Excellent. So book it in your calendars, guys.
Yeah.
September 9th. And it's called Pictures from Verses.
Pictures from Verses, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So what are you doing leading up to the EP? So I actually heard, a little birdie told me, and I'm really actually excited for this because I think it's cool. I know this guy's work, and he's an up-and-coming videographer in Brisbane, and he does very cool stuff. Shout out Jacob from Alter Ego Visuals. I heard that you've got a video that's going to be dropping too.
Yeah, I did a video with Jake. Amazing video. Tick Boom. That'll be dropping a week before.
Okay.
Week before the EP. Sickest video ever.
Excellent, excellent. Now, what I wanted to sort of ask you is where you've come from to where you see yourself going.
Yeah.
So you've obviously had to work through a few different hurdles because you didn't start here, and obviously we know every artist has its ups and downs. You have your ups and downs anyway, do you know? But so where have you come from, and then what's the end goal for you?
From the beginning, it started off with like just finding a sound, like because it was easy for me to, I could rap on any beats, like any beat, I could jump on any beat and I could rap on it, but it was just finding the beats and the message that was going to match the beat, so to kind of like make it a whole like package, because that was like the hardest part for me, was like I used to just rap on random beats. I never found what I looked for, and I would always like listen to artists like The Weeknd or like Flashmob Zombies or like Joey Badass, and they'll come out and they have, let's say, like a boom bap sound, or The Weeknd will have like that ambient, like atmospheric sound, and you're like, how come I don't have that? How come I just jump on everything? And I'm trying to say, so that was like the hard bit. That took me, like, me and James, because we worked like, because I used to go to the studio like for a good, like, I've been there for like 2 years now, 2 years and a half, and we just like, you found the remedy is that you're not going to find your own sound unless you start making the whole situation where you're there by yourself. Like, you guys are all in there, you guys are all like letting the creativity flow, and that's in yourself. Introduces yourself to itself. Makes sense, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you cultivate your own sound by actually closing yourself off to the other influences at that particular time.
Yeah, like, because when you're listening to music, because at the same time, like, we listen to a whole lot of different kinds of music, and that's what, like, kind of like, once you got, because if you're listening to, like, I'll give an example, like, if you listen to, like, Travis Scott or those other guys, like, if once you go into the studio, your mind is already around that kind of 808 bumpy sound, it's around that, so you just want to make something like that, and then you make that, and then, like, after you made it, you're like, oh, yo, man, but this doesn't sound like me at all. Like, I feel like, because when you play somebody a new song, the worst thing you want to hear is like, hey, man, this sounds a little bit like The Weeknd's kind of something, so make something like this. It should be like completely different. Like, people should just listen like, hey, yo, this is Rose. Like, this is something Camouflage Rose will make, like, different, cut from a different fabric. That's how I want it to be.
Excellent. Have your own niche.
Have your own niche,
out
exactly.
From the rest, which is obviously the only way you really make a mark as well.
And that's how you stay relevant as well, because you build people, you build a family. Like, that's all I'm trying to do. Like, just build a family of people that think the same way as I think, I'm trying to say. And then we can just go on a journey and we grow together. It's not just me that's growing, we all grow with the message that I'm giving them, and then they can also send back me. And we just help each other like that, oil the machine together. That's what I'm thinking. That's
so cool. So what, like, in a perfect world, if you could say what you want out of your career, obviously everybody's going to be like, oh man, I want to be balling, I want to have millions of dollars, and I want to be international superstar. Maybe. What do you want for yourself? Like, obviously this is all part of the journey, but like, do you have an end goal where you're like, okay, well, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get here? Like, obviously, ultimately, everybody would love to be in Drake's position or in, you know what I mean? But what do you? I
would love to be in that Drake's position, but like, I just want, because basically I'm stolen from Africa, if that makes sense. Like, that's just like, I'm trying to put like the tribal stuff on the map. I just feel like there's just a side to Africa that's never been seen before, and it's my kind of mind game just to show that people like, hey, this is how it is. And with that kind of attitude as well, and me living in Brisbane, and Brisbane, like, this is the best thing that's ever happened in my life. Like, Brisbane is just like wrapped me on how to be really good, and just like it's nursed me all the way into making all this music stuff. Like, and there's no way I can like forget that. Like, this helped me out so good, and that's what I'm just trying to do, is like, if I can just take myself, Brisbane City, Australia as a whole, and just show them as, listen, this is how we do it. Like, it's different path to it, a different side. I'm trying to say different side, just kind of like flipping the puzzle pieces and making a different picture with it. That's how I see myself doing it. Like, I do definitely want to have like shows with like tribal dancers dancing and stuff, like jungle beats going and like artistic stuff. Like, I do really want to go like down that like very like, if you watch like fashion shows live, they got like all their like artistic stuff happening on stage. So like the music would just end up becoming like an element that's there, but it should just be like an experience. Like you're gonna watch a show like full on, like
event,
it's like an event. Yeah, just not a gig.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the hardest part. Like even in the gigs that when you just go to watch rap, because people think of a rap gig, they're always just thinking of speakers and just a microphone and some dude just walking back and forth and shaking his head, just shaking his head. And we just trying to like, yo man, like when they come through, they have some lights going, have like some. That's the show that I'm doing. That's the show I bring. Like that's with the last show we had a few lightings happening, smoke machine going on. The whole journey is for that like 30 minutes. It's a journey. I swear to God, it's a journey. It's a trippy journey, and it's amazing.
Cool. Have you ever wanted to just throw in the towel?
I have once, and this is like, man, like I was in Sydney. And there was an open mic place that used to happen, I think at Empire Hotel on Oxford Street upstairs. There was like a jazz bar. And this place was always full. It was always full going there. And I was like, this is the first time I've never ever performed before. And I used to go there. And I used to sit there and I used to watch and admire like, how do these guys just walk up on that stage and like perform? And I was like, damn, alright. 1 week went by, 2 weeks went by, then the third week, I went there and like I grabbed the mic. There was like a lady performing. She was like singing and singing. She was singing like a Beyonce song. And then midway she was singing and she was like, does anybody rapping here? Is anybody rapping here? Stuff like that. And I was like, yes. And then from there, you know, your homies already like bumping. You're like, yo, bro, you rap, go. So I was just like squeezed into the situation and I went on stage. I was on stage and they gave me the mic and then next minute I was just like, I was just like that, and I was like, oh shit, like I just looked, and then I just like lights just on me, and everybody just was waiting to hear like what I wanted to say, like say something, bro.
Yeah. And
I was like there, and I got the mic, and I was like, oh, and I froze, and I started rapping a little bit, and I just was like, oh damn. And then the pro, she called the host just came up on stage and he's just like, oh, give me a round of applause, and stuff like that. I got off stage, my heart was just like in tatters, man. I ran home, I started crying, and I was just like sitting and I was like, yo man, like that was my